in his car on his cell phone. Under the proposal of Darren's law, the victim of a false and racially motivated 911 call could sue the caller in civil court for monetary damages. The caller would also have to complete court-ordered implicit bias training.
We must not let the conversation's challenging nature prevent us from discussing the pervasive problem at hand. And racial profiling in emergency calls is a problem, a dangerous one that we must acknowledge and address.
Representatives Casey Weinstein and Thomas West say that they're working to gain the support of Republican leaders in Ohio. They are also working to gather feedback from police departments from around the state.
An empty building sits in the middle of the giant hospital system that is in Cincinnati. Shriners Hospital for Children officially made the move to Dayton this week. Reporter Raven Richard tells us about that move and how former employees are feeling.
The Shrine, as former employees called it, is just an empty building and a memory. There are mixed emotions, but the mission still lives on. For more than half a century, Shriners Hospitals for Children served the Cincinnati area and helped heal some of the most severe burns on kids. The hospital will still do that, but in Dayton.
And we saw our first patient this past Monday, February 22nd.
David Rode, Regional Director for Communications at Shriners, says it was a 2 to 3 year process. A cause for the move: fewer inpatients and more outpatients. The facility at Dayton Children's Hospital fit the growing need.
It allows us to continue to provide the excellent care, the burn care that we've been providing for more than 50 years, but more in an outpatient facility. And it allows us to use the funds instead of for overhead to treat the children themselves.
It was hard, and we've all been just a little melancholy over it and reminiscing and laughing with one another.
Vicki McKee worked at Shriners from 1985 to 2008 as a staff nurse. McKee loved the staff and kids. She took one last step inside.
To be there in that space where I spent so many hours, and it felt good. I needed to say goodbye.
Lisa Wonderly is a former nurse at Shriners and now lives in Arizona.
It is sad to see that beautiful building that we erected years ago being empty, because it was full of life and hope for people for so many years.
We're just really excited to be able to provide kids the care that our staff has become experts in doing over the years.
Since Shriners is no longer in the city, Cincinnati Children's will be available to take care of small burns. In Avondale, Raven Richard, WCPL 9 News.